nice to have everybody here this morning, and thank you to everybody who helped make this possible. It looks beautiful. It's certainly with mixed feelings, for me at least, that we are celebrating today Kenny and Michelle's ministry at Walled Lake UMC. Sadness that they are leaving, but with many wishes for happiness in their next adventure.
Amen.
It's kind of a lovely coincidence that we're celebrating on Pentecost, a holy day that focuses on the Holy Spirit's guidance, unity, and renewal of faith, because that certainly represents the heart and soul of the Walkup Ministry. At this time, I would like to ask Sandy Gresh to come and say a few words. She is a longtime member and attendee of 30 years here at Walled Lake UMC, and she has a few words to say.
More than a few, sorry.
That's okay.
So when I was called, I was asked, where do you want me to stand?
Wherever you want.
I feel weird. So I'm a retired high school teacher, 32 years teaching high school science. Many of you know that, but speaking in front of adults kind of terrifies me. Good. I was called and asked to roast, and I was like, I don't know that I can do that. So I just did what is just me, and I just dumped my feelings, and then Ken read it and tweaked a few things here and there. And so, and in honor of Kenny and technology, I'm going to read it from my phone. This is for both of them. So the walk-ups. So when you hear walk-up, like at school, what do you think of? And when I asked Ken this, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, like a walk-up song. Every player needs a walk-up song. And at school, we were always asked, what would be our walk-up song? And I always have this one in my head, always. And when I Googled it, it happens to be the top walk-up song ever.
Wow.
And I think...
I like it.
Okay.
Thunderstruck. AC/DC.
So, for those of you that know, that's AC/DC, and it's Thunderstruck. And the purpose of a walk-up song is, and this is Google's definition, to create anticipation and excitement for the crowd. It allows for players to express their personality and style through their chosen music, connecting with fans on a deeper level. Walk-up songs can help players mentally prepare for the game, foster focus and confidence. All right? And Thunderstruck just is that kind of song. You hear that and you're just like ready to go. That's why they used it in the Avengers with Iron Man. That's why they constantly used it again and again. And the definition of thunderstruck means to be amazed and stunned. And these past 5 years, I would hope we all agree that we have been amazed and stunned by the things that Kenny and Michelle have done for us here. So, a power couple. What do they have in common? They're both extremely patient, great sense of humor, sense of order and simplicity, kindness to all, and a mutual dislike for vegetables. All right, so we're gonna do ladies first. Michelle. She's like the Wizard in Oz, the brain behind the curtain. The office has run seamlessly. She has streamlined everything. Online offertory, newsletter. I'm sure all of you know all the amazing, well maybe not, but all the things that happen, Michelle's usually behind all of that. Organizing and running our God's Country mission trip. For those of you that have gone, smiles and rainbows.
Yes.
So, funny story. The second year of the trip, we line up in front of the center to have our group photo taken. And Michelle and Jenny Pointer realized they were wearing exactly the same shirt and shorts on the exact same day of the trip for the photo that they did the year before. So it just goes to show that, people that know Michelle, like really know Michelle. The two of them are just peas in a pod. Probably even finish each other's sentences. Michelle has shared her talent playing her flute for us. She's brought back the bells. I've always wanted to be part of the bells. I don't know how to read music. Michelle was going to kind of write a simple part for me or give me a simple part, but then my schedule just wouldn't allow it. But bringing the bells back has just been an amazing thing. She's super organized. She basically wrote the book. She's detailed. She's calm. And with all the frustrations of the first and second year of God's country, Michelle never, ever seems rattled. I don't know if you've ever seen her rattled. I have never seen her rattled.
Never. Kenny has. Kenny has.
She's always calm. She's always smiling. That is just Michelle. She loves life, and she loves her tigers. And, of course, ice cream. Of course. She has brought new events to the church with Kingdom Home, the tiny homes in Detroit. She shares always from the heart. When I retired, I was struggling just with my life in general. I didn't know how to figure out who I was anymore. My purpose, my identity. After breaking down for months, I called Kenny and I said, do you have time? And I came in and just emptied my heart, my guts, and like, okay. And they said, hey, would you mind talking with Michelle? And Michelle came in, and I'm telling you, in the few-minute conversation with Michelle, I'm like, I'm going to be okay. Not that you didn't do a fabulous job. You sort of set me up. But thank you, Michelle. And I've been retired for a year, and I now finally feel like, okay, I can do this. Kenny. When Kenny first came, changing the sanctuary was on the docket. And we've been talking about that for years, taking down that wall. I can honestly say that the wall coming down, I was totally for. The pews leaving, I was not happy about. And I was not shy about voicing that I was not happy about that at all. I've come to, it's not about the pews. It's not about the pews. Kenny asked me about a month ago, when the bells played, he goes, how did we ever do this before with the way the sanctuary was before? I'm like, we just put it in front of the rail. He's like, oh. But Kenny always has this vision. He can see something that we can't. Like, he can see beyond and make it something that's going to have more purpose. And I'm excited to see, we've had the sanctuary this way for a while. What else can we do? Where can we go from here? Sorry, I'm like talking and then I'm realizing I've already said this stuff. I have learned that, like with the pews, the church that I envisioned, like the church of my past, was a building and not the presence and the spirit and the people. And so that's where we are here in Walled Lake. Kenny has helped me to grow beyond the scope of what I envisioned. I still do miss the communion rail, but at least I get to see a little part of it, because that's part of the iPad stand that Chuck made for him. That's there on his table. I remember when Kenny asked me about purchasing a podium way back when. He wanted black wrought iron, and I'm like, no. It's not going to match anything. And he's like, what'll be yes? I'm like, no. I'm like, you asked my opinion, but you don't like my opinion. He got his black one, and then he doesn't even use it. But Chuck Piper did a beautiful job refinishing the altar with a darker stain, and so the black podium looks okay. It blends, but he uses a pub table. And probably that was because when your broken ankle and you were sitting, it just seemed to work, and so it just kind of stuck. But our sanctuary is a better place. It's more modern. We have the space to have some flexibility. And after many years of having just stuff around that people are just unwilling to let go of, Kenny was the one that came in and helped us say, you know what, it just has to go. We don't need the stuff to move forward as a church. Beyond the space, Kenny brings an energy to the pulpit. His love of Christ is evident. His love for others, evident. His passion for spreading the love of Christ, evident. His ability to bring that love of Christ outside our walls, evident. I mean, the fact that the district has taken on our leaving the building, like what we've done here is going out beyond. He hasn't just cleared a road for us. He's paved it a little bit of the way. He's made some extra lanes, and he's written directions to help us get going. He's even walked us down it a little bit. As a church, as a society, we all struggled in 2020. Kenny brought in an outdoor worship, loved it. He brought the service to the homebound, the sick, traveling through our online access and Facebook and YouTube. A little over a year ago, Mom was real sick and I was gone more times than I would like. I miss being here with my church family, but I was able to worship with you every Sunday morning with that. And my mom. And I would sit with my mom, and my mom would always talk during Kenny's sermons. I love his voice. You are so lucky to have him. He just has a way with words. I can just feel the Spirit. I can just feel it. Well, I'm trying to hear him. But she just loved it. And she would always, when I'd mention church, you have such a nice pastor. He's so wonderful. And I said, yes. While I was gone, Kenny checked on me a lot because I was missing a lot of church. I've never had a minister in my past check on me as much as Kenny did. Phone calls, texts, when I was in church, big hugs. Didn't always have to ask, he just knew. When my mom passed away, I was left to plan her funeral. I'm the only one that regularly attends church. She hadn't been to her home church in a while because she'd been sick. The part-time minister wasn't available. We tried, I can't tell you how many different ministers in the town to try and come and do her service. No one was able. Kenny had already been helping me choose verses and songs, and when we couldn't find a minister, Kenny volunteered. It was the greatest gift. He drove 2 hours. I'm gonna lose it. To the great state of Ohio to perform my mom's service. He did his homework, he studied her obituary, he met our family in our beautiful hometown. He called and asked questions, and when he spoke at the service, I knew she was smiling and giving him a giant OH. I've continually been thunderstruck, stunned and amazed at Kenny's honesty about his past, his compassion, his focus, his leadership, and most importantly, his faith. I have been a Christian, a Methodist my entire life, and I've always attended Sunday school. Very rarely have ever missed a Sunday service. I have found joy and peace in my journey with Christ. But Kenny Walkup has challenged me and helped me to see and go beyond. To not just go further, but to passionately reach for ways to strengthen my faith, to question, study, and dare I say, evangelize. Kenny and Michelle, you are both in our hearts and will always be part of the Walled Lake family. We have been blessed. We are sad to see you go, but we know that God has a plan for us all. We are thankful that you both can take a little of us with you to bless your new community. Because everyone, the Walkup's leadership uplifts Methodist communities.
That was beautiful, Sandy. Thank you. Beautiful. Well, if you were on my staff, you knew that I always wrote poems for things that were happening to my teachers, to the board members, whatever it was. So I'll use my principal voice. Okay, there you go. Okay. I have a little poem for Kenny and Michelle. You have loved our congregation by sharing God's word, and you've lived your lives reflecting all that we've heard. You care for others deeply and lift them up in prayer. And when we faced misfortune, we knew that you would be there. We all really love you both for everything you do. And we thank God for giving us time, not enough, with a special couple like you. We love you so very much. And since they have been such a gift to us, it is certainly fitting that we present them with some gifts this morning for all they've done here at Walled Lake UMC. And we're going to start with having Michelle Walkup come to the battery.
What's your song?
Crazy in Love.
It's not my phone. I can't pull it up.
Oh, I was going to say, we were going to have it.
Kenny, you got it. I sent it to you.
Okay.
I can't. I've got
Come
it.
on,
Let's
play
see
it.
what the volume is. There we go.
Number 59. Right? Okay, here are just a few little things that we found. Should we bring your chair up to sit in on, and we can open things?
Okay.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
I have to do something with orange and blue tissue paper.
Crack Cracker Jacks. Peanuts.
Gotta have it.
Oh, beach towel. Nice. Tigers. Ooh, look at that. Aww, that's so cute. Did your sister make that? Oh,
Nope. Isn't that cute?
very cute. Thank you.
Who makes shirts like that? Whose sister?
Sandy's.
Sandy's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Look at that. That's a nice one. Where is it? Here we go. There. Nice colors. Nice colors. Very nice. Peanuts. Oh, you got it?
I think we got it.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
think we got it. And there's 2 little car coasters in your cup.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Which I've never heard of before, car coasters that you put in the cup well, I guess.
Yep,
Okay.
like in the
Yep.
cup holder. Nice.
Now, you can just stay right here, it's okay.
Okay.
We'll have you back up here.
Okay.
And now, Mr. Kenny. I'm gonna try not to cry, but
We both.
we love you. And I don't think this gift will need any explanation when you open
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'll fold it up. Yeah.
No, that was just a joke.
Yeah.
Clap and dance, clap.
You hold that.
Kenny told us this was his favorite picture of Jesus when we were doing one of our sermon series. And we think of him when we see this. And these are the words on the road to Emmaus. Weren't our hearts on fire when he spoke to us along the road and explained the scriptures for us? And hasn't Kenny helped all of us understand the scriptures so much more? This beautiful, beautiful plaque was made by Mike Cerniak's dad. And on the back it has your time that you've been here in Walled Lake UMC and the shirt and the cross.
It's a gravestone, so you can't ever get rid of it.
It goes with us wherever we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you too.
I see it.
Yeah.
And these are not sentimental gifts. These are gifts where you can go away and have some fun now that you're free. So a couple of gift cards to enjoy however you would like.
Oh.
$350 for each, $700 of gift cards. Yeah, no, we don't. No, Michelle says, do we have to share them? No. He's gonna be way busier than you are, so no, you might not have to. Would you like to say anything? You don't have to.
Yes, I would. I didn't plan on saying anything, so nothing prepared, no iPhone to pull up. I'm grateful for so many things. there's been a recurring message in my head that I don't want to talk about too much because it's my sermon for next weekend. I don't want to do it twice. But when I came here, this was my first time being appointed as a lead pastor to church, and I came here with a lot of uncertainty. And once I began to meet all of you, and you embraced me the way you did, it became easy. And the way you loved on me was something I'll never forget. The way you maybe kicked and screamed a little bit about some of the things I wanted to change and do. But I'm grateful for the way you embraced Michelle and I. And Jordan picked out the tables, by the way. The pub table, yeah. I don't know how to say thank you. I just don't, except to say thank you. You all mean the world to me. You really do. And you have all impacted me in an amazing way. And I just thank you for loving on us, for nurturing us, and maybe most importantly for believing in us. I'm grateful for the trust you've given to us, and I just pray you continue to evangelize, and I pray you continue to believe, and more than anything else, I pray that you continue to move forward. That would mean the most to me. If I can see you next year at annual conference, and I see your ribbon about being a spotlight church, that you've continued your mission work, you've continued your faithful giving, that would be the best way you can honor Michelle and I, is by continuing to move forward. So thank you all so much.